Welcome back to Nations Cup. We have Germany taking on Mexico in the first round of the lower bracket. On the western flank over here, we have Uzi playing as the Koreans for Mexico, against Target playing as his home save, the Teutons for Germany. Now, the Teutons have extra garrison space and shoot more arrows from their towers, thus even as the Koreans, Uzi doesn't want to get into a straight-up tower fight. He wants to deny the tower before it even goes up. So one thing I've been advocating for is the Arena Drush. In our USAE games, we scouted that Mexico E had been trushing, so I just went for 5 Militia Drush as the Aztecs. Chat didn't want to believe it, but it actually kinda worked. I've tried this out a few times, so I'm hyped to see I'm not just crazy. Uzi thinks it might be a good idea too. Now, there's a lot of subtle details at play here. The Drush takes a long time to prepare, it needs a barracks, and you need to train the militia, so you have to plan this right from the start and commit to it well before seeing your opponent click up. Now, it's usually a pretty safe bet that the Teuton flank is going to trush, but it's not a full guarantee, so this strategy runs the risk that the militia just kinda end up standing around useless waiting for a trush that never comes. Next, the timing needs to be perfect. Send the militia out too early, and the other player can just simply not trush. Send them out too late, and the drush is useless as the tower gets quick-walled in. Complicating this are the speed and attack boosts that Target Scout gets upon hitting Feudal that Uzi doesn't have while staying in the Dark Age. And Target is sending 10 villagers forward. There's no way Uzi is fighting that off with only 3 militia. He needs to commit to Loom and to sending his own villagers forward. And he actually needs to delete the wall in order to fight in time. Gates used to be in the corners, but now they're in the middle, which for Uzi here makes it a bit awkward to get the militia in the right position. So maybe a bit of a mistake on the timing there, but at the end of the day, he is successful. He takes a huge villager fight and ends up winning. It takes just over 5 villagers worth of TC time to advance to the Feudal Age, so staying in the Dark Age and adding militia gives Uzi a huge population advantage for this fight. He wins, denies the tower, and forces Target to run away. Now, Target doesn't want to lose all of his villagers, so he tries to get back into his base, but opens the gate. And I know it's tempting to run in, but I think this is a huge mistake from Uzi. The militia even are able to get a villager kill, but now they are walled in. Target has turned his own base into a trap, and Uzi neither walled in nor destroyed the tower foundation. Target sends villagers right back over, completes the tower, and all of a sudden turns this situation from a great drush from Uzi into an absolute disaster. The tower rush gets the walls open, and as the castle age rolls around, Anatov, who has been cumin boomin in the opposite pocket, starts pouring knights into Uzi's base. Absolute disaster, and he causes a ton of damage. Eventually, Uzi manages to stabilize with a castle, but I can't help but feel this damage shouldn't have occurred in the first place. He does at least manage to get out a few war wagons, and his Polish pocket outbooms Target's Bohemian pocket, then is able to raid Target himself. On the other side, Anatov's Castle Age raids slowed him down just enough that Mexico is able to take an advantage, and Target just gets put under so much pressure so quickly with Obuki hopping through siege towers that Uzi is able to boom back, and eventually Mexico goes on to win. So the Drush didn't quite work out the way Uzi wanted, but if he just deals with the tower instead of running through the gate, I think he's actually in a good spot. So let me know what you think in the comments. Is the Drush actually an option here?